Buff
What?
you. Hello, watchers. We're watching whatever. I'm Nathan. I'm Nathan, and this is Danny, and we are here today with Demon Slayer. We're on the last two episodes of season one. So, the Tanjiro and Nezuko, uh, Inosuke and Zenitsu, they're all at the Shinobu's mansion. They're healing and they're training now. So we're going to continue on from there. Um, okay. Anything you want to say before we continue?
No, I mean, after the last like fight with the spiders, I mean, this is kind of like like the what is the falling action or whatever. I don't know how they're gonna kind of accelerate it again. For us to be excited for the next season, maybe the mansion gets attacked. That's my idea. Uh, so we'll have to see, I guess.
Okay. Well,
All right.
yeah, I kind of remember what happens, but I'll let Danny watch and find out for himself here. Before we start,
Okay.
I'd like to remind everyone on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe and leave us a comment, share your thoughts with us, help us out here with the algorithm and everything. We're right now we're getting close to 200 subscribers, so obviously we'd like to keep growing. The faster the better, obviously, but every little bit helps, and we're grateful for all our subscribers here. If you want to check us out on our Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/watchingwhatever. Watch the full-length reaction and commentary with having your own copy, side by side with our video here. We've got a countdown and a timer and everything for you. And for those of you following us here on Patreon, thank you very much for your support. And we are going to start the show.
俺の修行の手伝いをしてほしい。俺が寝ている間、全集中の呼吸をやめたら、布団叩きでぶん殴ってくれないか。
Just gonna beat him silly.
They're too excited about hitting.
Yeah. And he stopped.
Yeah, right now it's like all chill and cute, and everyone's got their little crushes and stuff. But I mean, if they're gonna, get us for next season, something big has to happen, right?
Yeah, no comment. I don't fully remember, but I do have a little idea, just vague memories of what happens from the manga. I'm very curious now because you mentioned it last time. Now I really want to see what the intro would be for all the other seasons coming up.
All right, because we've seen all this stuff already, right?
Yeah,
Except for the Michael Jackson scene.
I think we did see that.
Oh, we did, like in that way where he had all like the people
with
I
all
don't
of them
remember.
standing there. Maybe I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember. Well, maybe not. Maybe it comes up.
Okay.
今度こそ。
It's kind of mean though. Those girls don't get to sleep. You have to stay up all night just watching him.
全集中の呼吸をしたままの訓練もだいぶ体に馴染んできた。
It's funny how like the expressions in anime are just like kind of universal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, like there's just certain things that are part of the like anime like film language or whatever now.
Well, what are you talking about exactly?
Like the like certain expressions where like their eyeballs disappear when they're concentrating a lot. You just see like a blank white. And when those girls like when they're like cheering for him, there's little triangles, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like when they're hitting him with the sticks, his eyeballs like bulge out. He's got like that like it goes from like kind of like a more cartoony, realistic and like art to this kind of like really comic book art, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. With the little triangle eyes.
Yeah.
あとはこの大きいひょうたんだけですね。
努力するのは苦手です。地道にコツコツやるのが一番しんどいです。
That's what I say. Did he finally make up his mind?
炭治郎くんが会得しようとしているのは全集中。
はいをこうやって大きくするんだ。
伊之助くんなら簡単かと思っていたのですが、できないんですか？
She's getting to his ego.
できないなら
You're right.
できるっていうのは当然に舐めるんじゃねえよ。父もぎ取るぞこら。
一番応援していますよ。
She's like flirting with him, so she's working on their kind of like their weaknesses or whatever.
Oh,
or
yeah, of
playing to
course.
their yeah.
カナオも同期なんだから一緒にどう？
She's creepy.
She's creepy. Maybe not creepy, maybe just socially awkward. Okay, so we're gonna get some of her backstory.
痛い。お腹が空いた。
Is there anyone who had like a normal upbringing?
ツンと音がして何も辛くなくなった。
So she snapped mentally.
親に売られた時でさえ悲しくはなかった。その子はどうして縛られているのでしょうか。じゃあ買いますよこの子を。これで足ります？
Run! Everyone grab the money!
Dang, so they saved her. She seems so cold to them.
Well, yeah, I mean, from what we saw earlier, right? Something snapped in her and she basically lost all of her emotions.
姉さんこの子全然ダメだわ。言われないと何もできないの。食事もそうよ。じゃあ一人の時はこの効果を投げて決めたらいいわよ。
So that's why she was flipping the coin earlier.
Right.
Allows her to make a decision.
いいぞ。ご無沙汰してまーす。
お前が悪い。全部お前のせい。殺してやれ。
私は金森と申します。伊之助殿の刀を打たせていただきました。
よかったな。伊之助の刀はこぼれひどかったから。
伊之助殿？
Those weren't chips in his sword.
よし。ぶっ殺してやるぞムツサギ。ほらほら。プンプンプン。もう俺がしたわけね。俺は見てほら。
抜けた。日の神神楽って聞いたことはありますか？
ありません。
Oh, that's his clan.
なぜかかまどくんのお父さんは火の呼吸を使っていた。縁柱の煉獄さんなら知っていることがあるかもしれませんが。
So is his fire breathing gonna be something even more like special?
禰豆子を人間に戻すためにできるだけ強い鬼を倒して玉代さんに血を送らなければいけない。
I totally forgot about that he still has to do that.
お兄ちゃんなら大丈夫。
兄ちゃん頑張るから。
Yeah.
It's a pretty gross monster there.
Okay.
Demon.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's go on to episode 26. Last episode. So it looks like what they're gonna do is it has to do something with a demon on the train. We'll see if your prediction of the mansion being attacked comes to light or not.
All right.
Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
So these guys are now like pretty
They're ready to go.
like honed in.
Oh, here we go.
Lower 6.
あの女を中心に空間が歪んでいるようだ。
So we finally see a bit of the upper tier demons. And it's a complete Escher style house.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
It's crazy.
神戸を垂れてつくばえ。無惨様だ。姿も気配も以前と違う。
ルイが殺された。何故に加減の鬼はそれほどまで弱いのか。鬼狩りの柱どもを葬ってきたのは常に上限の鬼たちだ。
そんなことを俺たちに言われても。
そんなことを俺たちに言われ。
Read their minds.
Yeah.
どうかお慈悲を。
What?
Dude, what is he?
私よりも鬼狩りの方が怖いか。
いいえ、思っていません。
お前は私が言うことを否定するのか。
Gosh, man. Eating them.
逃げるしか。
He's trying to run.
Yeah, it's trying to run away.
やられている。
Two left.
私はまだお役に立てます。もう少しだけご猶予をいただけるならば必ずお役に。
なぜ私がお前の指図で血を与えねば。
No matter what you say.
私は何も間違えない。すべての決定権は私。
Yeah, this demon has a complete god complex.
Right.
お前は私に指図した。死に値する。
So one
最
left.
後に言い残すことは。
幸せでした。私を最後まで残してくださってありがとう。
It's basically like one of those fanatics.
More blood.
Yeah.
He's gonna turn this one more powerful.
さらなる強さを手に入れるだろう。
That was the one demon that didn't give any excuses and was just willing to do whatever.
Right. So trippy, man.
Wow. It's like that other one, the demon with the drums,
Right.
but leveled up.
柱とこの子供を殺せばもっと血をいただける。
Yeah, so
Crazy.
the drum guy was a dungeon boss and that other one is a raid boss.
Right.
無限列車の被害拡大。現地の煉獄教授郎と合流せよ。
忍が炭治郎を推薦した理由を聞いてもいいかい？
彼には鬼物児を倒すというはっきりとした目的があります。かまどくんのお父さんが火の呼吸を使っていたと本人から聞きました。
ほう。
So did she actually know what that technique is? So we finally see this guy again.
避けたのにぶつかってこられた。久しぶり。元気そうでよかった。
もう行かれる。短い間でしたが同じ時を共有できてよかったです。
She always looks angry.
Even when she's saying nice things,
Yeah.
she says it in an angry voice.
その後は恐ろしくて戦いに行けなくなった腰抜けなので。
俺を手助けしてくれた葵さんはもう俺の一部だから。俺たち出発するよ。いろいろありがとう。
師範の指示に従っただけなので。
今投げたのは何？
さようなら。
表と裏って書いてあるね。なんで投げたの？
さよなら。指示されてないことはこれを投げて決める。裏が出たから話した。
Did they ever show him completing the big gourd?
No, huh?
それ貸してくれる？投げて決めよう。
何を？
自分の心の声をよく聞くこと。いい？カナオ。
落ちた瞬間が背中で見えなかった。
頑張れ。
なんで表を出せたの？
偶然だよ。それに裏が出ても表が出るまで何度でも投げ続けようと思ってたから。
This one was just dropping panties everywhere. Dude, it's hilarious. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
全集中常駐はできるようになったみたいだな。
命を懸けてくれてただなんて。
礼なら仕事で返せばいい。俺たち鬼殺隊の使命は鬼を撃つ。以上だ。
俺だけ残ってもいいよ。
少し女の子に対して気遣いや節度を覚え。
なんだこの生き物は。
You've never seen a train before.
待つんだ、伊之助。この土地の守り神かもしれないだろう。いや、記者だって言ってるじゃんか。
They both didn't know what a train is.
They grew up in the mountains.
衝突申せ。やめろ、恥ずかしい。警官だ、警官を呼べ。
政府公認の組織じゃないからな。俺たち鬼殺隊。堂々と刀持って歩けないんだよ、本当は。
I forgot about that fact.
とりあえず刀は背中に隠そう。俺と禰豆子はどこへ行く時も一緒だ。禰豆子は必ず。
Oh, okay, so it's that one. The one that survived.
Right. The art is amazing, man. Is it
Yeah.
like all digital now or what?
I'm sure there's a lot of digital. It still looks like there's some stuff hand drawn, I think. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it. But if anyone knows, yeah, definitely let us know. So, yeah, I was going to mention it earlier, right? Even like the thing when the train was coming towards the screen and they had the little, you know, as if it was, you were looking at it and you saw the glare, like as it moves along, as the train moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing how they did all that.
Yeah.
So
trains are like a big part of cinema history, and I think they're a really big part of Japanese cinema as well. Like in early showings of like silent films and stuff, like literally like the bumpkins, like these guys, they would go to the movie theaters. And when the camera would, the train would approach the camera, people would be diving out of the into the aisles to avoid getting hit by the train. And before people like understood what moving images were, and then so it's interesting. They were kind of what is it called, paying homage to that kind of idea, right, with these guys like bumpkins, like they don't even know what it is, like a monster. And then also like early Japanese cinema, they focused on a lot of trains and stuff. It was like kind of represented technology, and I think like those things kind of came up like hand in hand, like developing like photography and like film cameras and trains and things like it's interesting that this show is kind of paying homage to those details of like Japanese history and Japanese cinema. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I can imagine how once they had started making trains and using the right, like, there were other technology, but something like the train really, it revolutionized travel.
Yeah, I mean, it made the world so much smaller.
Yeah.
right?
Until the airplane came along, like that really was the
Right.
thing. So, you know,
Yeah.
and then steam engines and all that stuff. But yeah, so I can see
Right.
why trains were such a big deal. But oh man, so season 1 is over now. We got through 26 episodes. So
Crazy.
and it led on to, you know, the end of season 1 basically leads into what season 2 is going to be, which is the moving train arc.
Right.
So let's have your thoughts on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. I think it's cool. I think the art is good. The characters are, you know, overall they're pretty cool. I like the character design and kind of like, you know, we're joking about it last time how they just tried to create like the coolest characters. You know, like everyone's got like special powers and they all have like these like unique personalities and stuff. That must have been so fun to do, and it's fun to watch as well. I think you know, if anything, like a couple of things that I might like kind of have a problem with is the overall structure of anime, like episodic anime is where I mean they have to keep like doing cliffhangers to keep you like interested and whatnot, but it feels like kind of like every episode, every other episode feels like there's like a draggy section like in between like the fighting. And it's interesting because the last few episodes not much happened, but it was still so interesting because we see like our main characters, we finally get to kind of settle down and watch them kind of grow, like the three of them together, right?
Yeah.
And including all the other like people around them too, like as much as they help them kind of heal, they kind of influenced all the people around them as well. You know, that was pretty cool. I think if anything, my criticism is Tenjiro is like he's almost too perfect. He's like a Mary Sue. Like, he makes no mistakes. He's like the nicest, best person in like the whole world, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I could say. Like he's almost flawless, and that feels kind of like I don't know, like
you know, it's funny you say that because I think back on like people who I know there's a lot of people who don't really care for Superman, right? And it's kind of the same idea. He's too perfect.
Right.
He's too flawless, right?
Right.
And so yeah, it just made me think about that. It has the very same feel to how people feel about Superman.
It's a really entertaining show. Like on my own, I've been trying to like look for other like you know because after watching this with you, like I've been interested in like in more like anime and stuff, but I haven't been able to like commit to anything. Like I don't know if I could like you know follow like a whole series, you know. But yeah, I mean this one is you know I'm glad we do this together because it gives me an opportunity to like watch it and be committed to it, you know. That's pretty cool.
So with my thoughts on it, again, I've already read the manga, but it's been quite a while ago, so I don't really remember too many details anymore. So it's been fun watching this because it's not so predictable. Like I know what's gonna happen and everything like that. Although we do know that for the most part, the hero's gonna survive and win. Although being Japanese animation, we sometimes the hero does die. So it's not a guaranteed. It's not like when we used to watch like G.I. Joe and, you know, no one ever got hit with even with like, you know, hundreds of people shooting at you.
Right.
But yeah, it's been
that
really
reminds
fun.
me. You ever watch the Transformers movie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That was like the craziest like cartoon when I was a little kid I ever saw because people died and it was for real, man. I was like so shocked. That might have been like one of the greatest like eye-opening moments of all time, like when you actually saw some of your favorite characters die. I was like, wow, that's like awesome.
Well,
I
for
still
me,
remember that.
because I didn't watch that movie until later. So the first cartoon and animation that I saw where that happened was Robotech. Which is why it blew my mind. You know, I'm like, what was his name?
Matt
Lancer.
Sterling.
Was it?
And Roy Fokker.
Roy, yeah, Roy Fokker, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought he's like a main character, he's whatever, and then they kill him off. I was like, what is this, dude? It blew my mind.
Yeah.
So
that was crazy.
Yeah. Before we end, is there anything else you want to say, Danny?
No. Good show. Good show. It was fun.
Okay. Cool. So as we end off here, again, I'd like to remind everyone on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe. Leave us your comments. Let us know your thoughts about, the first arc here of Demon Slayer, and, give us your input about the show and about the characters and the artwork and everything else, the way the story moved, and if you felt that it did drag on in places or not. I know there are some people who, they felt that this was just kind of a rehashing of other old anime and stuff. But to me, it still felt different enough and original enough in its storyline that I was able to enjoy it. And I've read quite a bit of manga, and I've watched a lot of anime. So there are some where, they feel exactly the same and, copy paste. But this definitely didn't have that feeling for me, at least. For everyone who is following us on Patreon, thank you very much for being with us and showing us your support. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Same thing, leave us your comments, let us know your thoughts, and you can communicate with us on there. We would love to hear from you. So with that said here, we're going to end this episode. So bye.